All right, here we go.
Number 1, still feeling like you're moving, even when you're sure standing still. You just got off a boat, a plane, or maybe a treadmill you only use to hang laundry. Your body is standing still. The floor is completely flat, but your brain decides we're gently vibrating like jello. You walk to the sink, try to turn the faucet. Everything seems fine except for the feeling you're standing on a giant spring mattress. This is a real thing called mal de débarquement, which means you've gotten off the boat, but your brain hasn't arrived yet. Your inner ear, the tiny biological GPS inside your head, is in charge of balance. After being on a boat for too long, it gets used to the rocking. And when you're back on land, your brain keeps replaying the fake motion like it forgot to switch off the vibration mode. Some people feel it for just a few minutes, others wobble for days like they're stuck in an invisible elevator that never reaches a floor. And the worst part is, some people only feel normal again when they go back on the boat. Just a slap in the face from the thing that's supposed to know exactly where you are, your brain. Number 2, itching in a place you can't scratch. There's a type of itch that doesn't live on your skin, but deep inside your dignity. Wait. No, inside your muscles, behind your shoulder blade, or somewhere between 2 spinal discs where your hand can't reach your nails, can't dig, and every attempt to scratch just makes you look like you're fighting invisible ninjas. It's not from a mosquito or dry skin. It's a nervous system bug where sensory nerves send false signals to the brain saying, hey, this spot is itchy. Even though there's absolutely nothing to scratch, science calls it neuropathic itch, a type of tactile hallucination where your brain basically makes stuff up because it's bored. Imagine trying to scratch an invisible mosquito that lives inside your muscle and can dodge your finger like it knows kung fu. Some people go full DIY using combs, desk corners, even door frames to scratch themselves raw, and the itch still feels exactly the same. The problem is anti-itch cream won't help because it only works on skin, and this glitch lives deep in the operating system. You don't need a dermatologist, you need a neural debug engineer. Number 3, feeling pulled down when standing somewhere high. You're standing at the edge of a 30th floor balcony. Looking down, there's no wind. No one's pushing you, but it still feels like some invisible force is yanking you toward the abyss like gravity's doing a Dementor impression. Don't worry, you're not secretly self-destructive. Your brain is just trolling you. When you look down from a great height, your eyes say, this is dangerously high. But your inner ear goes, I'm literally standing still. This signal conflict makes your brain freak out a little and trigger an emergency alert mode. The result is you feel like something's pulling you downward, even though nothing's actually happening. This balance bug is so common it has its own name, high place phenomenon. And no, it's not a suicidal urge, it's just your early warning system slipping and hitting the wrong button. The real problem is you're not afraid of falling, you're afraid that weird pulling sensation might make you step off for real. And the worst part is, the more you try not to think about it, the more your brain replays that feeling like a badly targeted suicide prevention ad. Number 4, tingling fingertips after using your phone. You've been lying there scrolling on your phone for 3 hours without switching hands, and the moment you put it down, your finger suddenly feels like it's being zapped by microscopic electric ants. It's like there's a secret rave happening under your skin, and you didn't get an invite. This is called paresthesia, also known as the moment your hand nerves go full drama queen from being squished too long. Think of your nerves as little water pipes sending signals to your brain. Sit in one position too long and it's like crimping the pipe. Blood flow gets cut off, the nerves get cranky, and once you release the pressure, all the signals rush back at once. Result, buzz, buzz, like a queen bee, just dipped your hand in her hive. Some people get it while typing, others while gaming. And some even feel it right before a big presentation like their body's doing jazz hands, without permission. It's not a medical emergency. It's just your brain sending a passive-aggressive memo that says, I won't break your hand, but I will absolutely let you know you're using it wrong. Number 5, sudden blurry vision for 1 second. You're walking along. Everything looks clear. And then suddenly the whole world goes blurry like someone just blew dust into your cornea. Before you can even panic, it snaps back to normal, like nothing ever happened. You look around. Nobody else seems affected. Just your eyes doing a quick soft reboot, like you're running the beta version of vision. Science calls this visual transient blur. A tiny lag spike in your brain's 8K image processing system that runs 24/7. Maybe your eyes got too dry or some tiny blood vessels decided to throw a disco party. Your brain handles this glitch the way a browser handles too many tabs. Quick, refresh and carry on. What's wild is it happened so fast, you're not even sure it happened at all, and your brain doesn't bother logging it in the system report. You just glitched in reality for a second, but life keeps moving like nothing's off. It happens to everyone, but no one wants to bring it up in case they get diagnosed with experimental blindness. Number 6, smelling something burning when nothing's on fire. You're just sitting there, not cooking, not using any electricity, and suddenly your nose goes into full panic mode, screaming. There's a burning smell, a chemical stench. Something's definitely dying. You sniff around, look up, check the room, and realize no one else smells anything. Congratulations. You just unlocked phantasmia, a smell hallucination handcrafted by your brain. The problem is your brain never imagines fresh cookies or buttery popcorn. It always picks the worst hits, like burning rubber, rotten eggs, raw gasoline, or someone's hair on fire. And while these phantom smells usually only last a few seconds, they're intense enough to make you sit there, wondering if your apartment is about to explode. The cause might be inflamed sinuses and oncoming migraine, or maybe your hormones just felt like running a house fire simulator today. Don't worry if it goes away after a few minutes, you're probably fine. But if your brain opens a full-time burnt smell restaurant, it might be time to call a neurologist, not switch your dish soap. Number 7, getting a metallic taste in your mouth for no reason. You're just sitting there, not chewing anything, and suddenly your mouth tastes like you just licked a rusty pipe or bit into an antique coin. You're not being poisoned, you didn't eat a battery. Your taste buds are just bored and making stuff up. This is called dysgeusia, when your taste receptors or related nerves throw a tantrum and send the wrong signals to your brain, like your mouth's kitchen staff is serving up imaginary dishes. It could be from medication, acid reflux, or even eating Trader pine nuts. Yes, some pine nuts leave a metallic aftertaste that lasts for days like an ancient curse. Or maybe the bacteria in your mouth are throwing a secret BBQ, grilling weird flavors right on your tongue without telling you. The good news is, it usually goes away in a few hours or days. The bad news is, while it's happening, every bite of food tastes like someone added a spoonful of wrench. Number 8, seeing weird light spots after looking at something bright. You just stared at a camera flash or the sun, or a blinding white screen in a dark room, then looked away and suddenly there's a glowing purple-green blob following you around like a color-coded ghost. It doesn't hurt. It's not dangerous. It's just extremely illogical. This is called an afterimage caused by your photoreceptor cells getting overworked. When you stare at something too bright, those cells in your retina get fried like they just worked a 12-hour shift with no breaks. And when you look away, the exhausted cells keep firing fake signals, creating a ghost image in opposite colors. Stare at red, get green, look at yellow, get purple. And that color shadow will float around with you like the world caught a graphics bug. Usually it fades in under a minute, but if you decide to stare into a flashlight for fun, congrats, you'll be seeing burnt-in color spots everywhere for the next half hour. Don't worry, your eyes aren't broken, they're just throwing a tantrum because you made them do the one thing they were taught never to do since childhood. Look directly at the sun. That's all for today. Comment the one that fooled you the longest and subscribe if you want more brain bugs explained.